The first oil pastel technique we're going to practice is making a value transition in one color. You're going to need 4 oil pastels. You're going to need white, a light value of a color, a darker value of the color, and then either black or brown, depending on what color you're choosing. I first chose blue. In that case, I would use black as my dark value. But if you're using a light color like yellow or orange, you want to use brown as your dark value. You're also going to need a paper towel. The first thing that you want to do before you start is you want to clean the top of the oil pastel. That way you're not going to get any chunks of oil pastel or unwanted colors in your value transition. Once you've cleaned your pastel, start with the white pastel, and you're going to color in a very light pressure with using short pastel strokes almost halfway across that value scale with the white. Once you've got that, you're going to transition into your lighter value of your color. So if I'm using blue, I'm going to start now with my light blue color. And I'm going to color again using light pressure about halfway over top of where I put the white. So I'm overlapping where I put the blue on top of the white. And I'm going to bring that light blue about a little bit past halfway on that value scale. The next thing that I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to blend my white with my blue. Some people think that you should use your finger to blend. That's not the case with oil pastels. What you need to do is come back in with your white oil pastel and start adding another layer of the white over top of where you have that first layer of white and blue, and you'll start to blend out that color. You want to continue doing this until the blue looks like it's fading into the white and you have a nice clean transition or smooth transition. You might need to come back with that light blue and mix more of the light blue in with the white again to make it look like it's just gradually transitioning from the white into the light blue. Always using a light pressure, always going back and forth between your white and your blue until you get that nice smooth transition. After you've added a couple layers, you're going to see that you're going to be building up the thickness of that oil pastel and not seeing the white paper underneath. Once I've got my light blue and my white blended, now I'm going to start overlapping my darker blue on top of my light blue, about halfway over the part of the value scale that has a light blue. The more you overlap the colors, the smoother your transition will be. Once I've gotten my light blue or my dark blue taken all the way to the edge of the value scale, I'm now going to come back with my light blue to blend it out. Again, I'm not using my finger to blend. I'm using my light blue pastel to blend those two blues together and also to thicken the layer of pastel. Notice that I'm also still using that horizontal line direction. You don't want to change line directions. That will make the oil pastel blending not look as smooth, and it'll also hinder your craftsmanship. Once I've got my light blue and my dark blue blended, I'm going to come back with my dark blue. I'm going to add another layer of the dark blue so that I'm getting a thicker layer of the oil pastel, less of that white paper showing through. And then finally, I'm going to come in with my black, and I'm going to very lightly add a little bit of black on top of my dark blue at the end of my value scale using a light pressure. I don't want to make this look completely black. I just want to make it look like a darker blue. So once I've added a light layer of the black, I'm going to come back with my dark blue, and I'm going to blend that out. I know that I'm done when I have a nice thick layer of the oil pastel, that I blended all of my values together, and it looks like I have a nice seamless transition from my white all the way to my darkest dark.